October 9th, 2025 meeting of the Bismarck Parking Authority. I'm your chair, Jim Christensen. I see that we have all authority members present, including Mayor Schmitz. Welcome, everybody. Under the new city rules, the first item of business before we get to the regular agenda is to call for public comment. Is there anyone here wishing to comment on items related to the agenda or prior agendas? I don't see anyone. Kate, you're going to talk to us later. We'll move on to the consideration of the minutes. Any changes, corrections, comments on the minutes of the last meeting? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, moving second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. We'll move on to the regular agenda, starting with the financial statements. Jeremy, is there anything you wish to point out that's extraordinary or out of the ordinary or unusual?
Mr. Chairman, authority board members, we had extra parking revenue in September because of the street fair. We made about $6,300 just from that weekend. That's about an average for what we've been seeing the last couple of years, so that's good. So your year-to-date is through September, so 3 quarters into the year already. As I had mentioned at the last meeting, we're on our monthly parking, we're down about 2%, and that's because some spots, our monthly parking spots sold is less than it was last year at this time, roughly average about 43 spots a month. There's been some shifting with certain federal businesses and whatnot, downsizing, and that has an effect on that. And then, but the good news is comparatively from 2 years ago, we're still up in that regard. So, so we're at about kind of a midpoint, so nothing like too alarming there as far as the income side. On expenses, we're tracking to budget on that. On repairs maintenance item to note on that, there was an Arrow cleaning bill, water extraction, excuse me, from the Sanford during the last rain event. There was some water intrusion in the alleyway that got in through the cracks and onto their wall, so we had to do a little bit of mitigation for that. So that was just under $5,000 for that mitigation.
Has that happened in past rain
That
events?
did happen last year when we had the big rain event as well, and the city has helped us with some tarring to seal those cracks in that alleyway, so we think that will help alleviate or eliminate that for the future. So, and then under leasing commissions, that was the commission to CRA for our new tenant, Global Neighbors, for their thrift store in the Parkade. They have moved in, and their store hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then they take donate. They're not open on Tuesdays, but Tuesdays is their donation drop-off day.
Okay, any questions of management regarding the financials? Any questions, anybody? If not, is there a motion to approve said financials?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Todd. Any discussion? If not, would you call the roll on that one, please, Sue?
John?
Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes, that motion carries. Item 4 on the agenda is the Burley County request to use an area on the 5th and Thayer parking lot to stage for a mural painting on the south side of the Provident building. And we have Commissioner Jerry Woodcox with us this morning. Welcome.
Morning, thank you. This project is a celebration of our 250th anniversary of the United States being formed back in 1776. And there's going to be a lot of celebrations around the United States. But Burley County is taking on this project of a mural on the south side of the Provident Life Building. If you look at it, it's all brick. It's 75 feet wide and I think 100 feet tall, and so there's a lot of area there to develop. And we're remodeling the Provident Life Building right now for the next 2 years, so this is a good project to be next July. We're looking at July 1st, sometime during the week. There's going to be a lot of scheduling. Bismarck will have something. The state will have something on their own, but we're looking for a cooperative effort to put a mural on the south side of the Provident Life Building. And I'm here to ask for your permission we'll be setting up some scaffolding to put the way they do this nowadays is I thought they just painted right onto the wall. Well, that's not true at all. They have the group that's doing it will have panels that are like 4x4 or 5x5, and over the wintertime, they'll be doing these panels with all the different features of we want to combine the city of Bismarck, Burdick County, the state, Native American, all together and have different areas, and we're working on that right now as to what theme we're going to have, or what themes. There'll be several, and then these panels that are 4x4 are made on a vinyl type of material, and then they're individually attached like a checkerboard on the side of the Provident in the spring, maybe June, something like that. But we would need use of the parking lot that's on the south side that the city owns, probably 10, 20 feet probably, for about, we're looking at a week to put this up. So probably the middle of June, something like that, or around the 1st of July. We haven't set that, we aren't that far along yet, but we have raised quite a bit of money already. We've got a matching grant from the State Historic Society of $25,000, and the Burley County has committed to match that. We had to match it, 35, so that's 70,000 there, and we've committed $10,000 from our community development fund for this year, next year, to add on to that. So we do have funding. We've got some more grants that we're putting in place that are being assessed right now, but we may get to a much higher figure than that. We don't know exactly what this is going to cost. Yet the artists get a fee, and we have production and cost of supplies and all that type of thing. But Aaron Barth is working very closely with us, and he's excellent. He's really good. It's really a small community of these organizations that do historic work and art work, and they all get, I shouldn't say all get together, but they all know each other, so they communicate very well. But I'm just here to ask you if we can. I don't know if you want to charge us rent. I suppose you can, but that's a good idea. Write that down, Jim. And I would think 2 weeks would be sufficient to put these up. But that's what we're looking for, and I just request your permission to do that. We need to get that in place so we know for sure we can do it. Or if that didn't happen, we probably would have trouble doing the project. So,
Questions of Commissioner Woodcox? Any questions, anybody?
Commissioner, what's the width, total width?
Well, the width of the building's like 75 feet, and the height is 7 stories, so I'm thinking that's another 75 feet.
Do the whole building?
Well, we don't know exactly how much we're going to do. We're waiting on the design. If we have and I'm speculating, a giant flag that goes up with 7 stories. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe a state flag along with it or something. We haven't really sat.
How many parking spots?
Well, I think we're going to probably use the whole thing. We probably do a section and move down, do another section, move down, do another section, that type of thing.
But it would be the width of the tower portion.
There's an annex that's on the.
That would be included, possibly?
Yes,
Okay.
possibly. So, just here to ask your permission to use that for a period of time. There is one tree. There's a row of trees along there, along the 5th Street side. There's one tree that's right up against the building that we think is a volunteer. We're going to have the state or the city forester look at that. That should be removed, we think, because it's actually right adjacent to the foundation, so we think it's probably not doing any good for the foundation of the building. So we may remove that or have that removed. But we're going to wait on confirmation on whether it's necessary or not. It does get in the way of the view of the building, but we'll have to wait and see what that happens. That probably won't happen until next spring. So,
Jerry, how long would the artwork be in place, and who would be responsible for maintaining it?
These are. It's really more scientific than I realized. But the paint that they put on these panels is not supposed to leach through to the other side. But we have the State Historic Society is working with us in developing that paint. We're doing research to find out what type of paint we have to use so it doesn't go through the murals onto the wall. They're attached with some kind of attachment that will go into, not into the brick, but go into the mortar. So that if it ever comes down 10, 15 years from now, you can replace it with a different design or a different idea or whatever you want to do. Cause it's very flexible, but we just don't want the brick on the south side to be harmed. So,
Right. Okay. Jeremy, anything from your perspective?
Chairman, Authority Board members, I had a list of questions that I had emailed to all of you this week that Aaron Barth had answered for me, and so I think that I guess I had, my biggest concern was how many spots would be displaced and for how long. And it sounds like they're able to do this in sections where potentially only 3 spots get interrupted at any one day or time, which we feel is workable. The lot is completely sold out, but we know that it's not completely occupied 100% at all times, at all days. So displacing, 3 spots or so at a time would not be cumbersome, I do not think.
Okay, Todd?
Jeremy, what kind of a perimeter would we need around the scaffolding for safety?
Great question. So those are some details I guess we would have to work out with the Heritage Foundation that, and Burley County, I guess as far as like, I would think that we would want them to maintain the safety perimeter as opposed to Parking Authority being responsible for that.
I'm sure the cones will be put out there so you can't get up against the scaffolding, and we will take the minimum number of spaces we can, or we have to at a time, and I'm thinking they're gonna move, 30 feet, and then move another 30 feet, and move another 30 feet, and we do have extra spots on our flat lot, which is north of the Provident Life Building across the street, so we can make it, if the city loses 10 spots, we can make the 10 available for the, right kitty corner from the library. Jim and I have been working on using that flat lot for how many years?
Long time.
Long time. What's the definition of long time? 15, 20 years, something like
15
that?
probably.
Trying to get a ramp put in there, a joint ramp for the city and county, so we do have some spots available.
Do you want to sell that today?
Pardon me?
Do you want to sell that lot today?
How much money you got?
All right. Other questions of Commissioner Woodcox?
It's gonna be a fantastic operation, and we're gonna, and you can walk by on Fifth Street and Rosser, is that Rosser? Thayer.
There.
And see this, and it's gonna be a great addition to the celebration of the 250th anniversary.
Sounds like it. And just an FYI for the authority, if we approve it this morning, it still goes before the Renaissance Zone this afternoon, the Downtown Design Review Committee for a final approval. Is that right, Isaac? Correct? Is Isaac hiding behind a column? There he is. If I remember.
Oh, yes, certainly.
So yes, Chair Christensen, that is correct. It would eventually need to go to design review. If there's no design picked out right now, we don't have to worry about it right this moment. But when a design is in place or more or less in place, it can come to the design review board just to ensure that it meets the few spots in the ordinance that would be relevant.
Okay, what are your wishes?
I think it should be fine.
We need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
It's moved. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, Sue, please call the roll.
John?
Yes.
Josh? Todd? Jake? Jim?
Yes, that motion carries. Thanks, Jerry. Sounds like a.
I'm sorry, I was visiting on the side. Did we have,
Perfect time to be awake.
did we,
We had the vote.
yay and nay yet, or?
It's all good.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
doing this.
Look forward to it.
Should be a pretty cool project. Item 5 on the agenda is to review monthly parking rates. Jeremy?
As Chairman, Authority Board members, this was the item that we had tabled from the last meeting, so I re-included in your packets some of the information that you had from last time on current parking rates. But then I included, per the request, is just a snapshot of like what in dollar amounts that would look like as far as monetary rate increases. So I included the table from anywhere from $1 to $4 for monthly rate increases, what that equates to by percentage, and then total annual additional revenue. So as a kind of a background, in the expenditures per parking spot in this page was included in your packet as well, as far as the last 7 years of what our operating, just base operating expenses have been, and this is for all ramps and surface lots, but we're, for instance, in 2024, operating costs were $35.21 per parking space. And included, though, is, of course, capital expenditures that do come up from time to time from repairs, primarily from the parkade ramp, but all inclusive divided by the total number of parking spots at 17,000 or 1,723, excuse me, you putting those capital expenditures in addition to our regular operating, we're at $57.53 per spot of total expenses. And of course, our monthly rate currently is $64 per month for monthly parking.
Okay, thanks for the summary, Jeremy. Any questions or comments? At this point, historically, we've kind of done every other year, we do $2. Is that what we've done
Yeah,
historically?
so, Chairman, Authority Board members, the last increase that we had done was in March of 2023. And from management's perspective, I guess that, we would recommend a $2 increase from 64 to 66, which would be 3%, and then that would be an additional $40,000 in revenue. As I was mentioning earlier with the financials, that helps kind of build, fill that gap, I guess, of where we're at as far as behind budget at this point.
Jeremy also included in your packet comparison parking rates from around the state. Not that we're necessarily competing with or trying to keep up with, but for the vast audience that's watching at home, might be curious to know that Fargo parking ramps, excuse me, run from $115 to $140 a month. Grand Forks, 55 to 65, with reserve spaces starting at $100. Minot ramps are $70 a month. Sioux Falls, $72 to $87 a month. So we're kind of a bargain at $64. We're still profitable. That's good because we don't have any debt right now. But I would think a $2 increase at least would be in order. What are your thoughts, everybody?
If you're looking for a motion to increase the monthly rate to $66, I would make that motion.
Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded that we increase the monthly from $64 to $66. You anything else with that, Jeremy? The hourly, do you want us to do them separately?
So Mr. Chairman, Authority Board members, that's, I guess, up to you guys if you want to do those separately, but management's recommendation is no change for the hourly rates. But then we should revisit the ramps rooftop rate and I guess correspondingly go up $2 on that as well.
Okay, let's take them one at a time since we have a
Okay.
motion and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? If not, call the roll, please, Sue.
John?
Yes.
Josh? Todd? Jake? Jim?
Yes, that motion carries. Okay, let's take the rooftop rate next. Jeremy?
So, Mr. Chairman, Authority Board members, we do a discounted rate for the rooftop, since it is not covered and you're exposed to the elements in the winter and potential, summer elements and hail and rain and whatnot. So we do a discount rate just specifically for the rooftops at the ramps. And our current rooftop rate is $40 per month, with exception to the Galleria.
And do you have a recommendation?
I guess from management standpoint, we would recommend just a $2 per month increase on the rooftop rate as well.
What are your wishes?
Motion to approve the $2 raise.
Jake moves a motion to approve $2. Is there a second?
Second.
Todd seconds. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll on that one, please, Sue.
John?
Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes, that motion carries. And then, what was the third item you wanted to motion on? Sorry.
But we just, if hourly rates would be staying the same.
Any discussion on hourly? The recommendation is to leave them at $1.50. And is there any input at all from the downtown? Care to? Okay, thank you, Kate. So what are your wishes on hourly rates? Leave them alone? Is there a motion to leave them unchanged?
Yeah,
John?
I'll make that
Okay.
motion.
Is there a second?
Same.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please, Sue.
John?
Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
Jake? Jim?
Yes, that motion carries. Jeremy, I noticed you included in the packet proposed capital projects for next year, which follows right on the rate increase, of course. People wonder why we have to keep raising our rates. Is-
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Authority Board members, I neglected to mention that was included, or re-included in your packet too, as just a reference page of what our potential costs would be for next year. And As I explained on the traffic coding, though, that isn't necessarily, we wouldn't have to do that all at one shot.
We've been
That-
doing that kind of one at a time.
Right,
One
right.
off.
But just for illustration purposes of what we'd be looking at, roughly about another $1 million in total CapEx over, the next few years, so.
Security, the breakdown of security camera upgrades is approximately 150,000 estimate. Third Street ramp elevator controls upgrades, 100,000. And we should note that the Third Street elevator is 30 years old, 35 years old, 1991.
Probably
I believe.
closer to 50.
No, not the Third Street. That was built in 91.
Oh, okay, yep.
Think
No, it would be
91,
39.
92.
Right.
And then if we did all the coating levels in the parkade at once, it's about $750,000, so. And these are just things that we need and want to do. There's no surprises built in here for
Right.
surprises, so. And you're not necessarily looking. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, Authority, Sue had just reminded me that these rates, when would they, presuming they would take effect January 1.
That's historically what we've done.
Yeah.
That's fine. And you're not looking for approval today on these other capital items or any of them?
Not looking for approval, just reference.
I think you should probably bring it back at the next meeting, and we should start making plans to
Yep.
get those on the books for next year. Anything else on those items, anybody? Or on that agenda item? If not, item 6 on the agenda is the management agreement with Rocky Gordon and Company that does come up for renewal or discussion. It runs through the end of this year, correct? December 31, 2025 is when it would expire if we take no action?
Yep.
Okay. And the contract allows us to renew 2 one-year options?
1 year, yep.
And have we done one?
So, Mr. Chairman, Authority Board members, on the management agreement that was in your packet, there was a clerical typo on the end date stated December 2026, but that is actually 2025 because the original intent was for 24 months of the initial contract agreement and then 2 1-year additional, or 2 1-year options thereafter. So the first 1-year option would go into effect January of 2026.
Okay. Thoughts, comments, wishes from the authority? Todd?
Do we need a motion to extend it again?
If we're going to, yes, sure. Yep.
First, I'll ask Jeremy, do you want it?
Great question. Yes, we would we would be proud to take on the role again. Couple sound bites actually that I'd, if I may, I just wanted to mention that as Rocky Gordon Company, we've been managing the parking ramps on behalf of the city for the last 28 years, and we've demonstrated a consistent track record of providing reliable customer service for the city and the citizen parking customers. We pride ourselves in managing with integrity and being good stewards for the property for the city. We've demonstrated sound fiscal management, and we work well with various organizations and stakeholders within the city. So.
Okay. Do you want to mention anything about making sure Kate stays on the downtowners so you can work with her? No,
Kate has been invaluable. Thank you, Kate.
that's for sure.
With that being said, I'll make a motion for a 1-year extension.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any further discussion on that item? If not, call the roll, please. Sue?
John,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes, that motion carries. Item 7 on the agenda is Josh's term expires at the end of this calendar year. And if Josh wishes to continue, Josh has to go onto the city website and reapply, I think is the way the process works. Mayor, correct?
That's correct.
So have you thought about this, or? You don't have to tell us, I guess. So you still have to be approved by the powers upstairs, so. But if anybody, if anybody knows anybody that wants to apply, encourage them to go on the city website and do that. We're always looking for fresh blood. Sorry about that. All right. Other business for the good of the order. Anybody have anything? Oh, Kate, any report from the downtowners? If you've got anything going on?
Got 1 minute left.
Thanks, Chair, and authority members. Just a couple quick things. Want to say thanks to the staff and everybody. It was a great street fair. We work really well with Jeremy and the crew, and I just want to say thanks again. We had to move some valet stuff around just because we use that parking lot, Sanford's parking lot, and they accommodate that very nicely. So appreciate that and all the work that they did. Just a couple things for kind of the holiday season, and I let Jeremy and Jim know this, but we've historically put lights up in the ramp, in the parkade. We have power distribution cart that we can pull from our power boxes up the alley, and we kind of run it up the side of the building, and then they have the lights that they hang and plug in. We had talked before, and I think you had mentioned this, Mr. Chairman, that the 3rd Street ramp would be nice to light up, although we didn't have any power distribution in that area. And I think, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys have done that or it's being done.
Yeah, the electrician actually has told us he'll have that hooked up and hopefully before the end of the month, of this month, for the 3rd Street. So,
Will that be like permanent box type thing or
Yes.
just temporary?
Yep, permanent.
So we can, good.
So that'll be great. It's a big corner and it's a big building, which would be nice to light
And
up.
do you envision the 3rd and Main ramp being like both sides, 3rd and Main on one level or all levels, or what do you know where you're at on
It
that?
probably would be easiest to do the south side because actually the west side has all these step-ups.
Oh, right.
And the south side is actually flat. So, I mean, you could do the west side, but it'd probably be a little bit more, just be a little bit more difficult.
Start somewhere.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day. right?
Exactly.
It'd be nice to have that whole dark gray structure lit
Yeah.
up at night.
And we did send some lights from some other downtowns that they use that can change colors and yeah. So you don't have to keep taking them up and putting down different ones.
And then on the parkade, we're still just doing the first level above
No, we do the whole, they do
all-
the whole shebang on the one side.
on the west side.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and it looks really nice. And then just one other thing on the 3rd Street ramp, we did that small planting area along there. We went and did a weeding day in August. That Purrs Lane is really aggressive, so we went and pulled a bunch of that out. We're going to do that again, I think, on Tuesday. So we'll have some volunteers out there cleaning up that area. And if we finish that, we'll try and get around to the other areas of the ramp as well, just so that looks good before the winter.
Thanks for
sets in.
taking responsibility and doing that. We appreciate it very much. So,
Thank you.
anything else? Okay. Thanks, Kate. Anyone have anything else for the good of the order? Mayor, anything? Okay. If there's no objection, we stand adjourned until, when's the next meeting? November 13th. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Jerry.